रंजन जमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण माता जी। थैंक यू माता जी। दंडवत प्रणाम माता जी।
Thank you so much, Mataji. So I welcome you all for today's session, and let us start with the prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातम् सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नम ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna all. I welcome you again, and I seek your blessings so that whatever I speak is in the parampara and for the pleasure of the Lord. So anybody, please, those who can switch on the cameras, please switch on the cameras. And anybody would like to share some one point from yesterday's class? Yes, anybody? Any one point?
Hare Krishna Mataji. The last shloka which yesterday's that particularly was stayed with me about the four arms of the Lord, the different four arms of Lord Vishnu. What are the different purposes, like the lotus flower and conch shells, and for whom are they? And also Mataji mentioned about the vidhi in which we worship, and what are the people who jump from that vidhi and go to. So she told us what sahajiya actually means, what that is, and also about how we are unqualified to serve Lord Krishna and Radha. So what we can at the most do is Lakshmi Mataji and Narayan Lord. We are serving them. So, and even about because, and this discussion is Lord Shiva is explaining these things to Prachetas who are descendants of Maharaja Prithu. Yeah, that is what I remember just off the top of my head, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Okay, thank you so much, Mataji. Sindhu
Mataji, yeah,
Yes.
just 2 to 3 points, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
First, we saw the 5 basic rasas, like how we can reciprocate, the Lord reciprocates accordingly, how we approach the Lord. Eyatamam prapadyante va tam that we saw. And we saw the very good, nice verse, like Sarva Kama, Sarva Gandha, Sarva Rasaha. That one Mataji was explaining how the mercy of the Lord is required for control of our senses. We are not like, we should not be like, I'm American, Indian, all these are false designations like we give ourselves. And example like Sudama, Sudama, how he was holding back, but his wife persisted him to go and see Krishna. And then when he came back home, full of riches, so that Mataji was explaining. And Dhruva Maharaj example also Mataji was telling. And how Lord fulfills all our desires.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah, and also the form, especially liked by the devotees. Mataji was explaining Brahma Shamita, that one, Venum Kwananta Ravindam Dalaya Daksham. That one also. And also Satyavrata Muni is praying to Lord, the Damodar Ashtakam. That also Mataji was telling. And the coward boy form, that is the best form.
Correct.
We have to, yeah, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
you.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Archana Mataji, you want to say something or shall we start?
Mataji, we will start, Mataji. I did not, I listened a few points, but I did not listen so deeply as how they did, Mataji.
Okay, no problem.
Actually,
Hare
Archana Mataji gives the best summary. Sometimes when I miss the classes, Mataji, I just listen to her summary.
Yeah, she's always good at
Mataji will
that.
give.
Sindhu Mataji and Archana Mataji both are good at giving summary. Thank you so much, Mataji. Let us start. I will share the screen. Today we are starting from shloka number 47, 48. Yes. Who wants to recite? There are 2 shlokas. No, one person can recite. Yes, Sindhu Mataji, you want to recite?
Mataji, may I do?
Yes, Archana Mataji.
Priti prahasita pangam alakairupa shobhitam lasat pankaja kinjalka dukulam mrista kundalam spurat kirita valaya haranupura mekalam shanka chakra gada padma मालामणि उट्ट मर्दिमत्. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji, you can read the
translation and purport. Okay, Mataji. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. The Lord is super excellently beautiful on the account of his open and merciful smile and his sidelong glance upon his devotees. His black hair is curly and his garments waving in the wind appear like flying saffron pollen from the lotus flower. His glittering earrings, shining helmet, bangles, garland, ankle belts, waist belt, various other bodily ornaments combine with conch shell, disc, club, and lotus flower to increase the natural beauty of the Kaustuba pearl on his chest. Purport: the word Prahasita Panga refers to kings smile, Krishna's smile, and sidelong glance at his devotees specifically applies to his dealings with the gopis. Krishna is always in a joking mood when he increases the feeling of conjugal rasa in the hearts of gopis. The conchal, club, disc, and lotus flower can either held in his hand or seen on the palms of his hands. According to palmistry, the signs of conchal, club, lotus flower, and disc mark the palms of great personalities and specially indicate the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Krishna, thank you, Mataji. We see here that Lord Shiva is praising the Lord, isn't it? I think from last verse, Lord Shiva is describing beautiful form of the Lord, isn't it? And very beautifully he is describing every part in great detail, isn't it? So here also he is talking about Preeti Prahasita Pangam. Okay, so that is Preeti is love or affection, and Prahasita means laughter or joyful. So the glance of the Lord is filled with love and affection. Okay, and then Alakai is curly hair of the Lord, and then Lasat Pankaja, that means glittering, Pankaja Kinjalka Dukulam. So his clothing, his clothing is of the color of the shining pollens of the lotus flower. Okay, so there are different shades of yellow, but this is shining, glittering color of Lord's vastra or his cloth. And then Mrushta Kundalam, that is his kundalams, his earrings are also glittering. Correct? And then he is describing about his shining helmet, bangles, garland, ankle bells, waist belt, and various other bodily ornaments. So see how Lord Shiva is elaborately, I mean, in great detail describing the beauty of the Lord. So there are this Rudra Gita is nothing but Lord Shiva is praising Lord Krishna. There are different prayers in Srimad Bhagwatam. Some prayers the Lord is some prayers are for praising the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Some are for thanking the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Some have desires in those prayers, and some have some prayers are in which devotees are begging forgiveness. Okay, so this prayer especially, Lord Shiva is praising the beauty, is praising the Lord, correct? And he is praising the beautiful form of the Lord, and especially here, Prabhupada is talking about the sidelong Lord's smile and his sidelong glances at his devotees. Okay, so there are few pastimes of Lord's smile and glance. So let us see about that. So one pastime is we know Kamdev, Cupid, correct? So when Kamdev heard about the beauty of the Lord, that Lord is very attractive, then he thought that I will attract Lord by my my arrows. We know that arrows of Cupid are very strong, and they can they can make any person, I mean, generally Cupid is called for that whenever somebody wants to attract somebody, isn't it? So he thought that I will attract Lord by my arrows. But Lord is Antaryami, correct? He is situated as Paramatma in everyone's heart. So Lord this Kamdev, he was putting arrows on his bow, and at that time Lord understood what is there in his mind, and so Lord saw him with his sidelong glance. And what happened is the Cupid fell to ground, correct, by seeing the beauty of the Lord. So that Cupid, which he attracts so many people, but he could not attract Lord. And we see in Brahma Samhita that Venum Kvanantam Aravinda Dalayataksham Barahavatam Samasitam Buddha Sundarangam Kandarpa Koti Kamaniya Vishesha Shobham. So that Lord, Supreme Personality of Godhead, can attract crores of such cupids. Okay, that is the smile, and that is the sidelong glance of the Lord. Then one more story comes in Bruhat Bhagwatam. There was a devotee named Swarupa, and he was liberated and he went to Golok Vrindavan. And Lord was very happy to receive him there, and he personally came and he embraced him, that devotee, and then he took him to his home, and he wanted to feed him prasad. He wanted to have lunch with him. So both of them they sat for lunch, and Yashoda Mai was busy doing all the preparations for Krishna. Radharani, she has made some special type of laddus. Which are the best of all. Okay, and very delicious and very tasty. And they both of them they sat, and they were served the prasadam. And Krishna ate that laddu, and he made a very bad face. And he just tasted it, and he said, no, I'm not going to eat this. And he put it in that Swarup devotee's plate. Okay, and Brajavasis were puzzled, and Radharani was also like a little tensed. And Brajavasis was they were thinking that what Radharani has done, how Krishna is rejecting, and he's not having that laddu. So actually the thing was that Krishna wanted to give his devotee Mahaprasad, the most delicious one. And this laddu was the most delicious preparation by Radharani. And so Radharani was also puzzled. Everybody was puzzled at how this has happened. And Radharani was tensed also what she has done. So what she looked at Krishna, and Krishna also gave her a sidelong glance, okay, with a mild smile. And when she saw that, she understood that this is Lord's Leela, and she also smiled. Okay, so this is the Lord's, how attractive is the Lord's glance, that even if we meditate on smile or this eyes of Lord, then we can, Radharani was into such an awkward situation at that moment when Krishna rejected that laddu. But she got pacified, and she was relieved from that situation. So we also, if we meditate on these things, then we also can come out of awkward situations or any embarrassing situations in our life. Then one more pastime is of Govardhan. We all know the story of Govardhan. Krishna lifted the Govardhan hill. Torrents of rain, Indra was pouring, and lightning, thunder, heavy rains, and Vrajavasis were scared, and then they were fearful also, because everywhere around was flood and storm. So Krishna lifted Govardhan hill, and they were in such an anxious and distressed condition. But when Krishna lifted Govardhan and he looked at all of them with his mild smile and his glance, and he looked everywhere, and all the Vrajavasis, they were pacified. Okay, and then they thought that how Krishna alone can hold the Govardhan hill. So they also supported him with their sticks and all that we know. So whenever we are in a tensed situation, and it made them free from all anxiety. So whenever we are in a tensed situation, we should try to meditate on the eyes of the Lord, and we will be pacified, will get solace, will be no really satisfied in our heart. And one more is, we know that by the glance of Mahavishnu on the material nature, it gets activated, and then the creation starts. So these are some of the pastimes of sidelong glance and smile of Lord. And in one lecture, one nice, one nice acronym I heard for this smile of Krishna. Okay, so smile, SMILE. So S stands for satisfying. How is Krishna's glance? It is satisfying. It makes us peaceful. Or whenever you are tensed, whenever you are in a distress, if you just take darshan of the Lord, then you become satisfied, you become pacified. Then M is for mystical. Huh? Uh, so that Krishna's smile is mystical. There is a verse in the first canto, 8th chapter, 44th verse. Kunti Maharani, Sutta Goswami says, I'll just read the verse and the translation. रुद्धयेत्तं कलपदैः परिणुताखिलोदयः मन्दं जहास वैकुण्ठो मोहयन्नीव मायया. So Sutta Goswami said, the Lord thus hearing the prayers of Kunti Devi. This is 8th chapter is prayers of Kunti Maharani. So hearing the prayers of Kunti Devi composed in choice words for his glorification, mildly smiled. That smile was as enchanting as his mystic power. Okay, so the conditioned souls who are engaged in trying to lord it over the material nature are also enchanted by Krishna's mystic powers. But his devotees are enchanted in a different way by the glories of the Lord and his merciful blessings upon them. Okay, so we know that Lord's mystical powers, we know how he lifted Govardhan, how he killed so many demons. So these are mystical powers of Lord. So non-devotees are also enchanted. Then what to say of devotees? Correct? So it is mystical. Then I is for infectious. We know that if we are in a, if somebody is there in the group, no, who is always making the mood lighter, no, in a tensed situation, then we also tend to laugh with that person, isn't it? So similarly, Krishna's smile is also infectious. It is spreading happiness all over. Okay, we know how Krishna and his Gopa friends, they are always enjoying, isn't it? They are playing together, they are, playing games, and also they are doing mischiefs also. It is not that always they are playing very nicely, but mischiefs also, but it is spreading happiness. So Krishna's smile is infectious. And then L is lasting forever, because Krishna's smile is eternal. It is always there. We have never seen a deity of Krishna, no, who is no not smiling at all. Correct? A mild smile is always there. If you take darshan of the deities, no, properly, then you can realize that mild smile is always there. Okay, so the smile, L stands for lasting forever, and E stands for enchanting. As we said, it is enchanting even for the non-devotees. So what to speak of devotees? We know demons also get bewildered by beauty of the Lord, like Mohini Murti. When Lord took the form of Mohini Murti, even the demons were bewildered. They, isn't it? So enchanting. And there is also a story of a thief. Once a Bhagavad Katha was going on in a village, and that reciter, he was narrating about Lord Krishna and how Yashoda Mata no, she decorates Krishna with so many ornaments and so many jewels and gems, correct? So he was narrating that pastime, and one thief, he was there in that class, and he when he was hearing that description, he thought that wow, it is so great. If I no steal all these ornaments, then no, my life is successful. I need not steal anything thereafter, right? So he was so much attracted by that description of that reciter, that he decided that I will go to Vrindavan and I will find this boy. Okay. And if I get all those ornaments, then I need not do anything for the rest of my life, because such beautiful ornaments he is wearing, and every day he is going to the forest for herding cows. So I will catch him in the forest, and I will take those ornaments from him. So thinking of Krishna, just now, I'm eager to see that boy. I want to meet that boy. No, thinking this thing in mind, he went to Vrindavan, and he asked for no Krishna, where he will meet him. And Brajavasis, they told him that you will go. He has gone to the forest. You go there. And then when he saw Krishna, no, decorated with no, so many beautiful ornaments and so many valuable jewels and gems, so he was he said, he directly actually told him that I want these ornaments. So Krishna, we know that he is little Krishna, and he said that no, no, I cannot give because my mother will scold me. No, my mother Yashoda will scold me that way, Krishna, because Krishna knows everything, isn't it? We know that. So he understood what is the no, intention of this person. But he said, no, no, I cannot, because my mother will not allow me, and she will not take me home, and she will scold me. So the thieves insisted that no, 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 I want these ornaments. So, when the thief was, no, they were interacting with each other, seeing the beauty of the Lord, actually, the thief was getting purified. His heart was getting cleansed. And when finally Krishna said, okay, I will give you the ornaments, and Krishna started removing, but the thief was, his heart was, because why his heart got purified? Because while coming to Vrindavan, only thing in his mind was, he was very eager to see that boy, and that boy was nothing but the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. So seeing his eagerness, Krishna purified his heart. So that is the no, his smile, his beauty is so enchanting even to the thieves and rogues and whosoever, non-devotees also, for that matter, demons also, right? So that is the acronym for smile. And then in this verse, Lord Shiva is describing again about his bangles, ankle belts, waist belt. So it is said that the ornaments, they were beautiful, but not that beautiful. They were kind of ordinary, okay, okay. But because Lord wore them, correct, they became very beautiful. When we see that Lord was beautifully decorated, so it is beauty of the Lord which gives beauty to those ornaments. So when the ornaments, they get connected with the Lord, they become valuable. Hmm. Otherwise they are just ordinary necklace, bangles, belt, and everything, right? But when they get connected because of their connection with the Lord, the ornaments become beautiful because of the Lord's beauty. It is not that because of ornaments, Lord becomes beautiful. It is not like that. So, same thing is with us. It is, we say that we are part and parcels of the Lord. Correct? So, like a machine, its part, nut and a nut bolt, if it is separated from the machine, it has no value. It just we have to throw it in dustbin. As long as it is connected, it is attached to the machine, it is of great value, right? So similarly, we are part and parcels of Krishna. So if we separate from the Lord, then we become we are not valuable at all. But when we try to connect to Krishna, then definitely we become valuable, and we have that chance to perfect our lives. Unless and until we connect ourselves to Krishna, there is no chance of perfecting our life, and then only we can go back home, back to Godhead. Correct? And Shankha Chakra and Gada Padma, we know that Shankha and Padma is for the devotees, right? And Chakra and Gada is for miscreants, to punish them, to annihilate them. Correct? So by meditating on such beautiful form of the Lord, all our we can become free from all our anxieties, miseries, fear, distress. Correct? And we should surrender to the Lord. Then we can go back home, back to Godhead. Right? So next verse. Yes. Sindhu Mataji, you want to recite? Okay, anybody else wants to recite?
May I, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Siha skanda tvisho primasto Bhaga griva kaustubham Shriyana payin anyakshipta Nikasha Ashmo rasol aslasata. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The Lord has shoulders, just like a lion's. Upon these shoulders are garlands, necklaces, and epaulets, and all of these are always glittering. Besides these, there is the beauty of the Kaustubhamani pearl, and on the dark chest of the Lord, there are streaks named Shrivasta, which are signs of goddess of fortune. The glittering of these streaks excels the beauty of the golden streaks on a gold testing stone. Indeed, such beauty defeats a gold testing stone. Purport: the curling hair on the shoulder of a lion, always appearing very beautiful. Similarly, the shoulders of the Lord were just like a lion's, and the necklace and garlands, along with the Kaustubha pearl necklace, combined to excel the beauty of a lion. The chest of the Lord is streaked with the Srivasa lines, the signs of the goddess of fortune. Consequently, the Lord's chest excels the beauty of a testing stone for gold. The black siliceous stone on which gold is rubbed to test its value always looks beautiful, being streaked with the gold lines. Yet the chest of the Lord excels even such a stone in its beauty. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Shiva, Lord Shiva is again further describing now about he described about eyes and smile, and now he is describing about Lord's shoulders. Correct? So we know majesty of lion. Shoulders. Lion is such a strong animal, and so Lord's shoulders are compared to that of lion, and his necklace, garlands, and Kaustuba pearl necklace. So it is definitely more beautiful than lion. But the problem is that in this material, Lord is so beautiful that we cannot know there is no comparison to his beauty. We cannot compare it with anything of this material world. Correct? We don't find suitable examples for comparison in this material world. That is the no pathetic situation in this material world, right? We cannot describe his beauty, but whatever is topmost in this material world, we are trying to compare Lord's beauty with that. So it is compared with lion, and then the marks of Srivatsa on the Lord's chest, they are compared with the this thing gold testing stone. We know that there is a stone, and with you, if you want to check the purity of gold, that gold is rubbed against that stone, correct? So then it gets some gold marks or streaks, or with streaks of gold. So that I mean the Lord's marks, streaks named Srivatsa, they are compared to that marks on the stone, that testing stone of gold, right? So actually, I mean, we cannot compare, as I said, but it is like that story of frog who lives in a well, and he is told about the Atlantic Ocean that is very, very huge. The ocean is very, very huge. So he asks how huge or how big it is. Is it 2 times bigger than this well, 3 times or 10 times? Isn't it? But the ocean is much, much, much bigger than the well, isn't it? So we cannot describe how big it is to the frog in a well. So similarly, the situation with us is like that only, that we cannot explain the beauty of the Lord comparing the examples in this material world. So Lord's beauty is amazing, but the problem with us is we are not attracted by that beauty. And why is it so? Because we have so many coverings on us, correct, of this material world. So the moment we do something for our own sense gratification, then it is sinful. Why? Because we know that everything belongs to the Lord, and if we use it for our own sense gratification, is nothing but sin. And then everything has to be used in His service. Then if sin comes, then lust comes. Correct? If we want to enjoy something for our own senses, then that means lust comes. Lust is nothing but desire for enjoyment in this material world, and we become attractive towards this material nature. We want to enjoy for ourselves, and then the layers on this layers of lust become more and more thicker, because we don't think of the Lord. We just want to enjoy ourselves. We just want to satisfy our senses, correct? So the starting point of all these things is ignorance. What is that ignorance? Ignorance of my position, correct? So it has to be no, we have to cultivate knowledge. So what is the basic knowledge? We are not this body, we are not matter, but we are the spirit souls. Lord is beyond this material world. We are a part and parcel of the Lord, and our eternal constitutional position is to serve the Lord, and our whole and soul existence is to give pleasure to the Lord. This is the ultimate knowledge. This is the real knowledge. But unless and until we remove this ignorance by the process of devotional service, Srila Prabhupada gives this process, correct? So anybody, example of Amrish Maharaj. So anybody who engages in thinking of lotus feet of the Lord, then cleaning the temple of the Lord, hearing about the Lord, speaking about the Lord, walking to the temple of the Lord, smelling the fragrance of tulsi leaves offered to the Lord. So by engaging all our senses in the service of the Lord only, we can purify our senses. we can cleanse our heart, and then slowly knowledge will come that what is my relation with the Lord, and that relation will become more and more clearer. Correct? So when we take holy name of the Lord, then we are able to connect to the holy name. And when we start chanting, we get small realizations, small glimpses, right? That Lord is reciprocating with us in very we can say small ways, small ways. Like suppose we desire something, that I want to do this, then favorable situation is created for us or something like that. So then, but still we are not totally we are not we have not become totally purified, correct? Since still that layer is there, correct? So what we have to do is um we have to keep serving the Lord 24/7. Try to serve the Lord 24/7, and then we can aspire that Lord Shiva is describing the beauty of the Lord. So when that day will come, when we can actually experience it, isn't it? Right now we are just reading the description, we are just hearing about the beauty of the Lord, but when that day will come, Sindhu Mataji has very nice this thing behind her wallpaper. Beautiful Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
So we are hearing about it,
When
but
you were describing, I was just admiring, Mataji. The jewels, the ornaments.
yes. So,
Yes, Mataji, the Chennai ISKCON deities.
what Mataji?
Chennai ISKCON deities.
Ah.
Sindhu Mataji hai. Yes.
Yes.
Oh, Mataji, I just selected some background. All these photos came.
Okay.
So many are there. I just chose this one. I think it came from ISKCON gallery. Yeah, my photos.
But it is so beautiful. Right? So we unless and until we engage ourselves totally, fully in the service of the Lord, then only we can we can and we should aspire that we want to take no when that day will come, that we will take the darshan of the Lord like this, isn't it? So Srila Prabhupada, he was saying that if I ask my disciple to bring me water, and if he brings milk, what kind of service is that? When we say that we have to serve, what kind of service we should do? So Prabhupada said that that service is useless, because he asked for water and his disciple brought milk. So he said service means the service which Lord likes and Lord has asked us to do. Correct? That is the real service. It is not that whatever we want, we are doing. That is not. But what Lord wants us to do and what Lord asks us to do, that is the real service. And that service comes through Guru Parampara. Correct? So we are very fortunate that Srila Prabhupada, who has capacity to engage thousands of people very effectively in the service of the Lord, isn't it? So many people, Prabhupada has established this ISKCON society, International Society for Krishna Consciousness, and so many people worldwide are engaged in this service of the Lord. So he is a wonderful Acharya, correct? That is the greatness of Srila Prabhupada, that he understood that why people are not able to understand the beauty of the Lord, because they are not able to connect to the Lord, as they are fully covered with lust. No, all of our hearts are filled with material desires, isn't it? When we were not in Krishna consciousness movement, we know that we all were hankering for small things and material desires. I want this, I want that, I want to achieve this, that. isn't it? So our hearts are filled with this lust and these material desires. So Prabhupada understood that that's why they are not able to connect. And so the solution is render devotional service. Correct? And when we render devotional service to the Lord is pleased and He personally cleanses all anarthas for us. Correct? There is a small, I think we'll not be able to complete. Okay. So Prabhupada effectively engaged everybody, and that's how we also try to serve as much as possible so that we are cleansed of all the anarthas. And one day, definitely it will come that we'll all be in Golok Vrindavan taking darshan of the Lord personally, right? So let us aspire for that. Janmashtami is approaching. Balram Jayanti is also there. So at least we should have that aspiration. Okay. Yes. Sindhu Mataji, you want to recite shloka?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes.
Sloka 4.24.50. Purarechaka samvigna Valibhalgudalodaram Pratishankramaya Vishwam Nabhyavarta Gabiraya. Translation and purport by Srimand Prabhupada ki jai. The Lord's abdomen is beautiful due to 3 ripples in the flesh. Being so round, his abdomen resembles the leaf of a banyan tree. And when he exhales and inhales, the movement of the ripples appears very, very beautiful. The coils within the navel of the Lord are so deep that it appears that the entire universe sprouted out of it and yet again wishes to go back. Purport. The whole universe is born of the lotus stem which sprouted from the navel of the Lord. Lord Brahma sat on the top of this lotus stem to create the whole universe. The navel of the Lord is so deep and coiling that it appears that the whole universe again wants to withdraw into the navel, being attracted by the Lord's beauty. The Lord's navel and the ripples on his belly always increase the beauty of his bodily features. The details of the bodily features of the Lord especially indicate the personality of Godhead. Impersonalists cannot appreciate the beautiful body of the Lord, which is described in these prayers by Lord Shiva. Although the impersonalists are always engaged in the worship of Lord Shiva, they are unable to understand the prayers offered by Lord Shiva to the bodily features of Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu is known as Shiva Virinchi Nutam, Bhagwatam 11.5.33. For he is always worshipped by Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva.
Lord Shiva, thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji.
Lord Shiva continues to describe. Now he is describing the abdomen of the Lord. And when Lord is inhaling and exhaling, there are nice ripples on his abdomen. I mean, see the detailed description Shiva is giving. I mean, we never take darshan so intensely, right? So, I mean, and the universe sprouts up, and when it comes out, it looks back and seeing the beautiful form of the Lord, it thinks that I should go back again, right? And then Lord says, no, no, you have some special, you have specific function. The conditioned souls should get another chance, opportunity to go back home, back to Godhead. So please do your function, and at the time of dissolution, you can come back to me again. Okay. So, I mean, seeing the beauty of the Lord, what all things are happening, isn't it? So, I mean, we should, I mean, Shiva is giving us an example how we should take darshan of the Lord, isn't it? So, so many details, correct? And it is said that attention to details is the sign of love, correct? So if we love somebody like for our children, we know that we know each and every, we take care of each and every detail of our children, isn't it? We know what they want, how they like it, no, what is their need right now. We understand all these things because we love them, isn't it? So same thing, Shiva is giving such details of the beauty of the Lord that we should learn that And why this taking such intense darshan for a sadhaka is very important, correct? Because then only it purifies our heart. Just one Braja Leela, how the devotees, how the Brajavasis take intense darshan of the Lord, a small Leela. So Krishna was going to Vrindavan forest to herd the cows. So all gopis would come and take his darshan, correct? So Lord is moving with his cows, 9 lakh cows. All his Gopa friends are also there with him. Balram is also there. So all of them, they are moving. And at that time, the gopis are observing the beauty of the Lord. They are observing the lotus feet of the Lord, starting from Nanda Maharaj's house. They are observing lotus feet of the Lord. Then they are observing lotus feet. They are observing lotus feet. And finally, Krishna enters the forest. Correct? And then the gopis say, "Oh, Sakhi, today I could not take darshan of Lord's lotus face because they were so absorbed in taking darshan of the lotus feet of the Lord that they couldn't move up. Correct? They were so much absorbed in taking darshan of lotus feet that they could not go up only, like they could not take darshan of lotus face of the Lord. So that is intensely that is taking darshan intensely. Correct? So, actually, it is mercy of Srila Prabhupada on us that he established temples all over the world, isn't it? And we know how all deities are so beautiful, and their features are beautiful according to the Shastras. All deities are made according to the Shastras, correct? And their decoration, their shringar is done in no exemplary way, we can say. No, best of the dresses, best of the ornaments. So that's why we are, because of mercy of Srila Prabhupada, we are able to take darshan of beautiful deity form of the Lord. Correct? And Prabhupada himself also, he used to take darshan very intensely. So there is one pastime. Once Srila Prabhupada was taking darshan and he was a little far away from the altar. Huh? And he was, Prabhupada actually used to, take a good amount of time, to take darshan of the Lord. So he was taking darshan and a disciple was there besides him. And he told him that there is something in Krishna's eyes. So that disciple, he was like, he thought that Prabhupada is 70 plus, I am just 20 plus, but I am not able to see anything. I mean, in the eyes of Krishna. And how Prabhupada is saying that there is something in the eyes of Krishna. But he said, okay. So he went and he told the pujari, just see, there is something in the eyes of Krishna. So the pujari checked and he said, no, no, there is nothing. Everything is fine. So, but Prabhupada was very strong and he said, no, there is something. And because of that, Krishna is not able to blink his eyes. So the pujari again went and checked. And then he found a very small particle of chandan. Okay, in the eye of Krishna, and then he cleaned it, and then he cleaned it. So just see how intensely Prabhupada used to take darshan of the Lord, isn't it? And I mean, it is Prabhupada actually set an example for us. Generally, we go to the temple, we just take a quick darshan, isn't it? So Prabhupada has, given us a way that, you should first take darshan of the lotus feet of the Lord, isn't it? Then we should observe, sorry, excuse me. How are the how are the lotus? Just a moment. how are his lotus feet? How are his ankle bells? How is the dhoti of Krishna? What is the decoration? How is the border? then gradually we should move upward. How is the vest belt? How the garland is put on? Because generally it is tied with a thread, isn't it? So how that is done? Then his necklaces. Then how the face is decorated, because the face is also decorated with fine design on the face, isn't it? So all such intense darshan we should take. And why we should take darshan so intensely? Because there are so many impressions made on our mind since time immemorial. So many lifetimes. We don't know how many lifetimes we have gone through, and so many impressions are there in our mind. So that's why when we take such intense darshan of the Lord, the samskaras or the impressions which are present from so many lifetimes, they are replaced with this positive impressions, this positive samskaras. And what can be more positive than such intense Krishna's darshan of the Lord? So that's why darshan is very important. And here Lord Shiva is also setting example before us, that how he is describing such great detail about each and every part, each and every ornament of the Lord, isn't it? Yeah, and okay, and so last shloka for today, because it is already over time, but we'll complete this last shloka and we'll stop. Yeah, who wants to recite? Krishnamurti Prabhuji is there today?
Yes, Mother. Hare Krishna Mataji, I'm
Hare
here.
Krishna Prabhuji.
He's happy.
I did not get your darshan today.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, you want to recite the shloka?
Okay, Mataji. After, I will recite after you, Mataji.
Okay. Shama Shronya Jishnu
Sham Srushno Dhiro Chishno
Dukula Swarna Mekhalam
Dukula Swarna Mekhalam
Samachar Vangagri Jangor
Samacharvang Gring Jangho
Jangoru actually. Samachar Vangagri Jangoru
Samacharvang Gri Janghoru
Nimna Janu Sudarshanam.
Nimna Janu Sudarshanam. Right, Mataji.
Yes.
Translation by C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada ki jai. The lower part of the Lord's waist is dark and covered with yellow garments, and a breast bedecked with golden embroidery work. His symmetrical lotus feet and the calves, thighs, and joints of his legs are extraordinarily beautiful. Indeed, the Lord's entire body appears to be well built. Purport by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada ki jai. Lord Shiva is one of the 12 great authorities mentioned in Srimad Bhagwatam 6.3.20. These authorities are Swayambhu, Narada, Shambhu, Kumara, Kapila, Manu, Prahlada, Janaka, Bhishma, Bali, Vayasaki, or Sukadeva Goswami, and Yamaraja. The impersonalists who generally worship Lord Shiva should learn of the transcendental Satchidananda Vigraha of the Lord. Here, Lord Shiva kindly describes the details of the Lord's bodily features. Thus, the impersonalist argument that the Lord has no form cannot be accepted under any circumstance. Hare Krishna Mataji, Pranams Mataji.
Yes. Thank you, Prabhuji. So Lord Shiva is now describing about Lord's waist and then his knees. Correct? And Lord's body is perfectly symmetrical. And now in the next verses, he will describe about the lotus feet of the Lord. So, it is mentioned that it is mentioned in the purport about 12 Mahajanas. Correct? So, we should follow in the footsteps of these great personalities. Then only they are called Mahajanas, because Maha means they are great and Janas mean people. So they are great personalities. And why they are great? Because they are following scriptures very systematically, and according to time, place, and circumstances, they are following the conclusion of the Shastras or the Vedas, and they have applied them in their lives. So they are called as Mahajanas. So we know that we have material senses, our senses are imperfect. Correct? So we cannot understand, we cannot take any knowledge on our own unless and until we take shelter of pure devotees of the Lord. We cannot understand our no what is the perfection of our life. Correct? So the Vedic knowledge is very, very, very vast, and it is very difficult to find conclusion of this Vedic knowledge. So the easiest way is to follow in the footsteps of such Mahajanas. These 12 Mahajanas are mentioned here, and one of them is Lord Shiva, and he is so beautifully describing the beautiful form of the Lord. But Prabhupada also mentions of impersonalists. Correct? They cannot, they do not understand this beauty of the Lord. Why? Because they don't believe in the form of the Lord. Correct? So they don't understand. I mean, here Shiva himself, who is a great Mahajana, he is describing the beauty of the Lord, but still impersonalists don't know. They don't understand, and they don't understand about the beauty of the Lord's form, because they don't believe in Lord's form. And why don't they believe? Because they think that as we have material body and it is perishable, isn't it? We have so many miseries related, so many problems, so many difficulties with this material body. So they think that if Lord is the no supreme person, then how can he have such a body like us? But they don't understand that the Lord's body is spiritual. It is Satchidananda Vigraha. Correct? So because they don't understand that, they think Lord on their level only, like a human, like a ordinary human being. Correct? And that's why they cannot understand the personal form of the Lord. Right? So that is mentioned in this verse, that impersonalists' argument that the Lord has no form cannot be accepted under any circumstance, because Lord Shiva himself is glorifying the beauty of the Lord. Correct? So if great personalities like these 12 Mahajanas, Shukadev Goswami, because of Shukadev Goswami actually narrated the whole Bhagwatam to Parikshit Maharaj, isn't it? And it is full of glories of the Lord. But still impersonalists are not able to understand this knowledge. Correct? It is because of their argument that Lord cannot be personal. Lord cannot have personal form. Right? So we will stop here. It's already late. These were so basically one point is that taking darshan of the Lord, correct, beautiful darshan of the Lord, it really purifies our heart, and if we really show our love for Lord, then we should take intense darshan of the beautiful form of the Lord, because attention to details is the sign of love. If we want to really do something, then in our day-to-day life also, if we really want to do something, then we pay great attention to the thing which we are doing, isn't it? If we want to achieve something, if we want to do something, then we pay a lot of attention and carefully we do the thing. So similarly, if we want to really purify our heart, we want to cleanse ourselves of all the anarthas, and we really one day we aspire that we should get uh, darshan of the Lord personally. We should have that experience. That means we should go to Golok Vrindavan, correct? So if we aspire for that, then we should really show our no love and our sincerity to the Lord. Then only Lord will definitely reciprocate with us. Okay. So thank you so much. Any questions, any comments? You can ask. Or anything you want to say, and whatever, any point which you want to take home.
Mataji, Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
If you visit any temples, if we saw the deity or deities, definitely we knowingly or unknowingly, this something transformation will be happens. So we can't imagine that, but we can't able to even we explain. It is not possible to explain also.
Yes.
Simply observing and then enjoying and within ourselves.
Correct.
So that the beauty of this Supreme Lord itself is so attractive, Mataji.
Right. Yes.
Of course, if we go to Tirupati, Balaji Tirupati, if we see seconds, maybe whatever we see seconds only, that it's